come on, in the parking lot. Come on. Now, Fee. Yeah, right back there to Crockett's office. We got him now. This isn't going to be very smooth. Don't you worry, just keep that camera running.
Championship Wrestling, bringing you great wrestling action, sanctioned by the NWA, National Wrestling Alliance.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to World Championship Wrestling. And Tony, I am very happy to say that Magnum TA is doing very well. And Jimmy will be out here later in the program to give you a complete report.
And David, today's program, as you hear the fans, ready for Starrcade just around the corner, and we're ready also. We got some outstanding news for you today. Some of the biggest news in professional wrestling.
That's right, Tony, and you ought to know because you're going to have that special Starrcade update. And fans, when we talk about Starrcade being the greatest, it will be. You got to listen to the news because, Tony, it's something else.
It is really exciting. Starrcade right around the corner. Gear up today because we have some of the biggest news in the history of professional wrestling. Let's bring in to talk with us right now a man who is really making a big name for himself in World Championship Wrestling, Brad Armstrong.
Thank you very much, Tony. David, it's a pleasure to be here, and I just want to say that for the last couple of years, I've just been able to watch this Starrcade and see what the events are taking place. But, brother, I'm excited to be a part of it this year, and by gosh, I'm going to be right in the middle of it. I haven't signed any contracts, but, brother, you better believe that I've got an open contract. If it happens to be a tag with my partner, Tim Horner, that's fine and dandy. I just like I say, I'm excited to be right in the middle of Starrcade. I'm jumping in with both feet and hopefully make some waves here in the World Championship area.
Okay, Brad Armstrong, and you can expect good things from him. If you're ready, we're ready for one of the most exciting hours in wrestling. Let's go to the ring.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming into the ring right now, White Lightning, Tim Horner, Brad Armstrong. Tony, everybody is geared up. They're pumped up for Starrcade 86.
And you know, David, Starrcade started in '83, and I remember the momentum building up to Starrcade the past couple of years, but never like this.
It just gets greater and greater. And fans, like Tony said, you gotta listen to the Starrcade update. From Starrcade Control, and we got some news for you.
Okay, Armstrong, Daddy Long, the referee Armstrong, and Tim Horner, the team that says we're not quick, we're not fast, we're sudden. Then all of a sudden, they arrived at World Championship Wrestling, and at the right time, I might say, because they are really making waves here. Now look
Nice take
at
there.
Big Bill Taz.
That's right. He is very big, very strong. But Brad Armstrong and Tim Horner, they handle him very well. Good teamwork. Tag in and out. Watch him now. They whip him in. Nice drop down. Keep him down on the mat. When a man outweighs you a little bit, you take him down on the mat. Wear him down. Control. There you have it. All right, Tim comes back in. Look at him. Good move. Takes him over. Has him down. Kick out.
Almost got him that time. Horner right back up with a headlock, David. And allowing that tag to Brody Chase.
And grabs him, goes right for the arm. Takes him over. Has him in the ropes, whips him across. Double elbow, drops it down in the chest. Covers him.
Still, David, notice that quick tagging in and out. The quickness and the ability. There's another tag right there.
Has him up. Atomic drop.
Oh, what a
Step
move.
in. Beautiful. Teamwork.
There are your winners. White Lightning, Tim Horner, and Brad Armstrong. already signed for Starrcade 86, hair versus hair. Let's bring in the boogeyman, Jimmy Valiant. You got Paul Jones in the ring, but this time you put up the hair of Big Mama.
Brother, Tony, I'm so excited, baby. Woo, Messi, I'm excited, man. I'm gonna talk on my people, all my brothers and sisters. We got him. We got him. Paul Jones will be a ball-headed geek. Big Mama, my Big Mama, my color, my flower lady. My mama is gonna put up every gorgeous red hair on her head against Paul Jones's dirty, stinking, greasy black hair. And you know what I mean, baby. Yeah, you know something, Mr. Paul Jones? Every woman's hair is their crowning glory. And Big Mama, your boogeyman loves you more than life. I love you. I'll die for you. I'll kill for you. Everything, baby, is me and you know that for sure. And now, if Paul Jones, if you beat me, every hair on Mama's head will be shaved. And if I beat you, you will be a bald-headed geek. And Tony, to sum it all, baby, just read this shirt. Say Paul Jones first.
Paul Jones, the boogeyman, will get you.
All right, all right.
We're coming right back.
Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin and Precious.
Big smile on his face as well as Precious. As Starrcade is right around the corner. And you know, the athlete Jimmy Garvin, look at that move.
Precious loves it because gorgeous Jimmy Garvin, he knows he's got that contract. He wants the Starrcade. You know he's got to go. Puts it now quickly for the win. Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin. Let's go back and watch it. Here he goes. Up and straight down into the mat. Your winner, gorgeous Jimmy Garvin and Precious.
And we're here with Jim Crockett Jr., president of Jim Crockett Promotions. An update on the condition of Magnum TA.
On behalf of Magnum TA and his family, I want to thank all the wrestling fans for all the many cards and letters. Again, please don't call the hospital. He's doing very well. But if you'd like to send Magnum a card or a letter, this address they're going to put up on the screen for you. The cards and letters are really cheering him up. If anybody can get back from this terrible injury, Magnum can. It's going to be a long haul for him, and our prayers are with him.
Okay, there's your address to write to Magnum TA. Fans, when we come back, we'll go to the Starrcade Control Center. Don't go away. Hi, everybody. I'm Tony Schiavone coming to you from the Starrcade Control Center, where all the momentum, all the excitement is building towards Starrcade 86. Let's talk about two of the greatest tag teams in the world, the Midnight Express and the Road Warriors. It was in front of a nationwide television audience where Jim Cornette and the Midnight Express seriously injured Animal, the Road Warriors, and Cornette claimed that Animal was out of professional wrestling for good. Well, as you expect, the Road Warriors are not out of wrestling. Let's take a look at the comeback of the Road Warriors.
Well, as you can see, the Legion of Doom hasn't been sitting back on their laurels. No, sirree. We're ready for you, Jim Cornette, Thanksgiving Day.
That's right, Cornette. Midnight Express, we get a big surprise you ain't ever gonna forget, right, brother? Hey, the surprise is good for us and bad for you.
Well, Jim Cornette has signed the contract for Starrcade to face the Road Warriors, and what a surprise the Road Warriors have in store for the Midnight Express. Let's take a look right now.
Jimmy Cornette, you think you've single-handedly destroyed the Legion of Doom. You've done what nobody else has ever done before in professional wrestling. Well, I got news for you, Jimmy Cornette. We're here right now with guys that get up every morning and work for a living. They work for everything they've got, and when they get in there, they give it all that they've got. And that's just what we're going to do come Thanksgiving Day, right, Hawk?
Hey, these construction workers up high in the scaffolds, working for everything they got, just like the Warriors work for everything they got. Well, them construction workers high up in the scaffold are taking a chance at life and losing life every day by falling off. They're the closest ones to the sky. Right, Animal? That's right. That's why we're calling this match a special match. That's right. We're calling this match the Night of the Skywalkers. And Eden, Country, and Cornette, you had me out of wrestling for a month. You know why we were out a month? Because we were working out twice as hard. You set a fire under our butts that ain't ever been set before. And now, Night of the Skywalkers, you're going down. Let's go get them. I'll climb this apple. Hey, Cornette, Midnight Express, take a look. This is what you got to look forward to, Night of the Skywalkers. Hey, we've had our brothers up here teaching us how to land on these Skywalkers, how to balance, and how to keep up. One thing you two lazy morons haven't learned to do yet. Hey, brother, what happens when you fall off one of these scaffolds? I'll show you what happens. You people out there, you take a look, and especially you, Midnight Express, you hit a bang. What's that say? That says Lover Boy. There you go, Dennis. We're gonna show you what happens when you fall off a scaffolding. Hey, we got one more. And what does this one here say? That says Bobby. That's beautiful Bobby Eaton. This is what your head's gonna do when it hits the ground. Midnight Express, Cornette, you're done.
And there you have it, two teams in the air on the scaffold, 20 feet in the air for the first time this year. It's Starrcade 86, the Skywalkers. We're with Jim Crockett, president of Jim Crockett Promotions. The excitement is building. What else do you have for us, Jimmy?
We have an update on the Jimmy Valiant-Paul Jones match. Manny Fernandez, the Raging Bull, will be at ringside, but he's going to be in a cage 30 feet above the ring. Some people call this cage Betty Lou. Also, James J. Dillon has presented a contract for a world television title match, Tully Blanchard against Dusty Rhodes. The NWA cannot and will not sanction this match because it's a first blood match. But because of what's gone on between Tully Blanchard and Dusty Rhodes, I will present this contract to Dusty for him to make that decision.
Okay, the excitement continues for Starrcade 86. We'll see you next week right here at the Control Center.
What'd we tell you? 30 feet in the air, a scaffold match.
And the only way someone can win is by knocking his opponent off of the scaffold right down to the mat.
Just like the Road Warrior said, Skywalker, you're up there, it's going to look like 100 feet.
Well, now Jim Cornette has said we have the highest flyers in wrestling. His chance to prove it's going to come up during Starrcade 86.
they throw them off that thing, they will be flying.
Hope they have wings.
Yeah, I'm sure. David, but let's talk about Dusty Rhodes, Tully Blanchard, and the situation that's developed between those two men that has been building for years and years and years.
That's right. Really, you have to include, it's the four horsemen.
That's right.
All right. Dusty Rhodes, every year, Dusty Rhodes been a part of Starrcade ever
Big
since
part
the
of
beginning.
Starrcade.
All right. There was a match last week in which Dusty Rhodes, they said if he lost it, he could not go into Starrcade.
It was a part of the contract.
Right.
That's right.
All right. Tully Blanchard and the Four Horsemen, they wanted Dusty out. Any way they could. All right. They want some extra insurance going in that match. And you know exactly what they did to Dusty's arm.
Let's take a look at what they did to the hand of Dusty Rhodes.
Right there. Yeah, that's him. Hey, go Arn. Oh, boy. Holding on right on his tail. Don't let anybody get... That's it. I don't think he's seen us. That's it. Once you get him in that parking lot, there's no turning around. He'll never get out. Come on, turn. Yeah, he's got it. Yeah, he's turning. We've got him. We got it right where we want him. That's it. Take it easy, Arn. Take it easy. Not too close. Not too close. Come on. In the parking lot. Come on. Now, Fee. Yeah, right back there to Crockett's office. We got him now. This isn't going to be very smooth. Don't you worry. Just keep that camera running. I'm paying you money. Keep that damn camera running. Put the camera over there. Get that camera over there. Yes, boys. You work time. Time. I got it. Can you get it? Focus it in. JJ! Get it over and look at his face. JJ! Make it good! Look at his JJ, get his face! Get his face! How about it now, Rhodes? How about it now? 86, Rhodes! What did I tell you? We warned you! I want this to stand as a warning, Rhodes! We'll see you tomorrow night in Charlotte, you cripple! Get out of here before somebody comes around.
Okay, you heard JJ said, we'll see you tomorrow night in Charlotte. Now, the contract said if Dusty or his partner lost the match, then Dusty could not be a part of Starrcade. But Dusty said, I will be prepared that night.
And he would have a partner. That sets the stage. Was Dusty prepared? Let's see it right now.
He was, but I don't think any of us were prepared for this. Let's take a look at it.
All right, Tony, Dusty was prepared.
Boy, you're
and
not
he had
kidding.
that special partner.
And what a special partner it was, and who would have thought that would have happened? But the two superpowers together, David, Starrcade, the momentum is building with the Skywalkers, the Scaffold with the Road Warriors, and Jim Cornette's Midnight Express, the hair versus hair, the hair of Big Mama going up against the hair of Paul Jones, and now the momentum is building because the two superpowers together. And we'll talk to those two men right after this timeout.
First of all, I don't believe that Dusty Rhodes have to explain his actions to anybody. Two very important issues are at hand right now. Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. One is my closest friend in life is Magnum TA and the accident that he suffered. The last 2 weeks have been very difficult for Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, because Magnum TA and Dusty Rhodes made their own rules. We love fast cars and fast times, and that's the way we lived on the end of that lightning bolt that crashes through this vast earth of ours. That's the way we're going to continue to live. And after it happened, Nikita Koloff called me on the phone, and we talked for hours. And we met and talked for more hours. I don't believe everything that Nikita Koloff believes in, and he doesn't believe everything that I do. But living in this country gives you that right to be free, to have freedom of speech, to have freedom of choice, to have freedom to do and be what you want to be. And me never being one to go by the rules of the book, I have a lot of bad feelings about a lot of bad things. And some stuff undone. The Four Horsemen undone. Whether you like my choice or not is not really important to Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. The respect you have maybe of this country of ours brought, as they're saying, these two superpowers together and didn't always agree on everything, but at least had a common bond of what you wanted out of life, then it'd be better. And I have a new partner, and that's Nikita Koloff. And Nikita Koloff, I know one thing about, is the greatest Russian athlete in the world. Nikki?
Spasibo, Dusty. You know, I am proud Russian, and I am superior athlete. And I go to Japan and defeat many, many opponents. Well, last week I come back to America, and I hear about Magnum TA. And I call you, Dusty. I call you because many times I meet Magnum TA in the ring, and many times we had a hard fight, and I learned to respect him. Well, now Nikita has cause. Many times Magnum TA say for him, he has no rule. And many times Nikita say for me, there is no law. Kremlin, Uncle Ivan, nobody tell Nikita what to do. And now you have to remember, I, Nikita Koloff, am greatest Russian athlete to ever walk this earth.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. And you're looking at The Rock, Ole Anderson. Destroy.
Boy, and he is destroying somebody, and that's what he does better than anybody else. And it's because the Andersons have always said, if you submit, if you give up because of the pain, then that's the highest form of flattery we can get.
Oh, yes. Now Arn Anderson comes in. Look at him.
And
Tony,
you know
those guys, they're mad. And you know why?
Yeah, I think everybody knows why now. But you know, they would like nothing better than to come into Starrcade as World Tag Team Champions, or even become World Tag Team Champions during Starrcade. That, of course, the Andersons and the World Tag Team title has kind of always been synonymous.
They got up to go up against the present World Tag Team Champions. That is the Rock and Roll Express. Look at Ole. He's up there. Comes on, drives in the end of the shoulder. Comes over, steps over him, and starts to twist and grind and do what they do best. Make their opponent submit. The Minnesota Wrecking Crew, Ole and Arn Anderson. are your winners.
Fans, there's your address to write your cards and letters, your get well wishes to Magnum TA, Charlotte Memorial Hospital, P.O. Box 32861, Charlotte 28232. Please do not call the hospital, but please send your cards, letters to that address. Thank you very much. Okay, we're back with you on World Championship Wrestling. The momentum. And talk to me now about being a high flyer. Being way up in the air.
I didn't mean all the things I was saying about flying that high. Let me, you did the interview. You know what kind of thing they're talking about? A scaffold match. That's the most dangerous kind of match that there could ever be.
The most dangerous.
To actually have a wrestling match on a scaffold a few feet wide, 20 feet in the air up over the ring, which is even more of a drop to the floor. You've got, now I know where Paul Ellering and the Road Warriors have been. They've been in a rubber room over at the Puzzle Factory with them custom-made jackets with the long sleeves, because the anger, the frustration, the humiliation, and the pain of what they suffered at our hands has run them crazy, and they have gone totally off the beam, and now they've dreamed this thing up because only an insane, irrational person would ever want to be a part of something like this because of exactly how dangerous it is, Tony Schiavone. And Paul Ellering, I don't know whether or not that you care about what happens to those two big idiots of yours, but I care about my boys. They're close friends of mine as well as being managed by me, and I'm scared. They ain't scared, but I'm scared for them, and you never drag me up on top of that thing. But you know what they're doing, Tony? They're trying to put the big one over on us. We're too tough. We're too bad. We can't be managed and we can't be stopped. So they're trying to put the big one over on us, and Jim Crockett and the NWA and everybody else is trying to let them get away with it. A match like this, it can not only be the end of your career, it can be the end of everything. But I'm going to tell you something, Road Warriors and Paul Ellering, you better watch out for us, because if we even lay eyes on you before Thanksgiving night, by the time that Starcade rolls around, you ain't gonna be able to climb up on nothing any taller than a hospital bed. I promise you that, because something's gonna be done about this thing. We ain't getting up on no scaffold.
Jim Cornette, fans, we're coming right back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Raging Bull and Rick Rude, managed by Paul Jones. These two men are part of his army.
Boy, and a big part of the army that I'm sure are going to be primed up and ready for Starcade, because a lot is on the line for both Jimmy Valiant and both Paul Jones.
That's right. Jimmy Valiant has put up the hair of Big Mama.
The underlying thing here, though, David, is that he's going to be surrounded by members of his army, as he was back during the summer when Jimmy Valiant got his haircut.
Get up and fight like a man.
So, you know, as he says, the Raging Bull will be with him. The Bull's going to have something to do with that match. Oh!
Look at the Bull. The teamwork of Rick Rude and the Raging Bull. The Bull just pulls him up. Doesn't try to pin him. Watch it. The Rude Awakening puts him down. Your winners, the Raging Bull